Hello, everybody. I'm Mel Doerr, the Aloha Short Psychic, and it's Monday with Linda G.
Hi, everybody. I'm
Linda,
back.
I understand that you went out to visit some friends.
Yeah, Dennis and Julie.
They are
They
wonderful.
told me to tell you hi.
They're sweeties.
They came out to Chicago,
Yes, they did.
and they're good, solid people, but their home is lovely. And I normally never stay at a person's house. But it was like I was in a hotel room because anything I needed was there. And all we did was figure out what's to eat next, which is my favorite thing to do.
Yay. If I would have been there, I would have been cooking.
Oh, I know. I bet you. Oh, I did make them a gravy. He got this brisket. I'll send you the link.
Good.
You can order these briskets that are to die for. So
Good.
we had a little brisket and she did corn where she takes the corn off the cob.
Yeah.
We cooked it in butter. It
Yes.
was like butter. Actually, it was delish. And what else do we have? Mashed taters. And I
Yay.
made the gravy with the brisket sauce. I did flour, I did water or beef bouillon, and then I did a little Worcestershire. And
Good.
they had the leftovers last night, and they said that was the best damn gravy. I said, when I come out there again, I'll make you a big batch and you can freeze it.
I'll make Italian food. How's that?
Ooh, that'd be great.
I just got to do an infomercial real quick, then we'll get started. I've got openings on my Peru trip for next year and also openings for Iceland for next year. Peru's, Sep-
What's the dates on those?
Peru's September the 16th, Iceland's October the 1st. Uh, Peru is, I think, 9 or 10 days. Iceland is 7 days. Iceland's cool. Peru's going to be an amazing trip. Italian and French Riviera is sold out in May. So if you're interested, call my office, 847-590-5411, or email me, www.meldoer.com. Okay, are we ready to get started?
Yep, we're ready to get started.
I want to lead off. We were talking about this before the show, before we get to everybody's
Oh,
question.
can I tell you something really quick?
Yes.
I just read for a lovely lady in Chicago. Her name is Nancy. She used to work in Chicago at some sort of astrology mediumship type place that you used to come back in your day when you were younger.
Wow.
And she said, Linda, he was probably the prettiest man I ever saw. He
Tell
was
her,
so pretty.
tell her the eyes are the first to go. It
Yeah.
could it could have been Light of the Moon, or
She didn't give me the name. She just said that you were just extremely good looking.
oh, tell her thank you. Could have been
So,
Healing Earth.
and she said you were a little snotty, BIT, and that you walked around like you knew what didn't smell.
Oh, she
No,
said it.
she didn't say that.
I probably
I
did.
had to throw something in there.
I was like,
No, but she said you were so good look. So when you were young, did you get hit on a lot?
actually, I didn't. You know,
Isn't that okay?
I was very outgoing, but when it came to dating, I was really shy.
Wow, who would have guessed?
Yeah, and I was. And so, a lot of the people that I knew died of AIDS, but my friends used to call me the Virgin Mary because I just had a hard time like asking somebody out. It was just like, whoa. So anyway, but I kissed a few frogs, kissed a whole zoo.
What are you talking? Yeah, I got a back room filled with frogs.
Got a back room filled with zoos.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So we'll tell. Hi, Nancy. Thank you. That was sweet.
I told her we were going to mention her on the show.
Yeah, Nancy. I just wonder let us know what the name of the place was. I'm curious.
Okay, she'll write me. She'll tell me.
Might have been Infinity Foundation. I was there for years.
Maybe it was that.
Okay. So I have not done a solo show since my last one the day after the election. I will do more. So, but I just haven't watched the news, haven't done anything. But I did happen to catch this. Linda and I were talking about it before the show that on Morning Joe, Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, I think, they met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. They said to resume communications with him. And I really got angry when I read
I
that.
did too.
For all these years, they've been so anti-Trump.
They
And
still are actually, but yeah. But
but
they're trying to save their own skin.
of course, because now they got that car guy who's the head of the FCC, and he's already starting some crap that they're gonna stop with DEI uh, um, inclusion and all that stuff. He's going to do away with all that immediately.
Yeah, but you know what? Don't hold your breath on who he puts in his cabinet. You heard McConnell has said, we're not going on vacation. We're not going to put any of his people in.
That's right. And I had predicted that. But, it's scary what Carr's going to try to do as the director of the FCC. And,
Well, listen, the ones who are going to get hurt here are the military because they really are going to try to pull vet benefits. And I see the military gathering together and pert near shut down the Trump administration.
well, this DEI is going to try to stop diversity. I'm sorry, the Carr will try to stop diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, they're not going to do, they're going to try, but that doesn't mean they're going to make it.
And
You'll be surprised how many Republicans vote against this.
That's right. That's exactly what I was going to say. And Trump is already talking about using the military to facilitate his mass deportations. But you know what, Linda? I see that tied up in court forever.
I do too.
So,
And did you hear somebody just wrote, I guess we're only one difference in Congress now.
oh, good.
Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote something on Twitter that, oh, the Dems cheated. We need recounts. The Dems cheated
She
because Congress is only one away.
she is so full of you know what, it stinks.
Yeah,
Um, um, Trump is not going to have the power he thinks he's going to have.
no.
I see Elon Musk all over Trump like white on rice.
Elon Musk is in some deep trouble.
He's going to have his downfall because my guides show me there's going to be a huge falling out between Trump and Musk. And
Well, you heard that he said somebody's talking about something with Russian influence, and he said on his Twitter thing, who said that? I read it, by the way. So, who said that? I'm going to make sure they get nuked.
and he's the one who talked about free speech.
Yeah.
Um, already it's heated about who's going to be the Secretary of Treasury. So, and I think that Trump's big secret was with Mike Johnson, the preacher, uh, that they were going to try to have recess appointments. But I got a funny feeling that, well, if the House recesses and the Senate doesn't, then that could give Trump carte blanche to put in who he wants, but it's not going to work. If he tries to recess the House, it could put us in
But does Mike Johnson need permission to recess the House?
I think he does, but
Because I'm telling you, some of the Republicans will say no.
exactly. So those recess
And if
appointments,
you're a match like this, you only need a couple to go over.
right. So the recess appointments, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
And as much as I don't like Mitch McConnell, even when he steps down, he's still going to be very, very active
powerful in there.
advising the Senate. This Thule, however you pronounce his name, he says, "Well, we'll evaluate it," but
He's not going to go that way.
no, no, I don't think so
But
either.
if it was that other guy from Florida, they would recess.
I'll tell you who else is going to be in trouble is that Tulsi Gabbard, the turncoat, and
Yeah.
Christy Noem. There's a lot more stuff coming out about her. So,
It's going to fall apart so bad you guys can't even imagine. In a way, can I tell you, as much as I believe he didn't win fair and square, my own personal opinion, it's probably better that he goes in there and blows up, not destroys America, but he'll blow up his own administration to where everybody's done with him. Because already that whatever is the Swanee or whatever his name, he's out there on show saying, yeah, we're going to cut Social Security, anybody with an odd number on the end of their Social Security. We're just going to cut them out. That's how you take care of it. And we're going to cut VA benefits out. And mind you, like my friend Dennis served in Vietnam,
Yes, that's right.
and it took them years to even get any benefits. They just recently got the Agent Orange stuff,
If
and
they
they were
miss,
all affected.
they can mess with all of that. If they can try to mess with Social Security, but I'm getting a lot of people contacting me so nervous that they're going to do away with their Social Security because many people live on that. Don't worry, you'll have your
Yeah.
Social Security.
But why would you mess with the military?
Well, because
Not that they're going to go in and do something awful, but you get a crazy enough, some vets that have gone through enough, you're messing on the wrong side.
oh, I agree. I agree. He's burying himself. And you know what? When you were talking, I saw this rope and I saw Trump's name on it and I saw it unraveling.
Oh,
So, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg had showed me, that when she died, there was this teeny tiny light and it kind of got bright in this dark hand of Trump and whatever kept pushing it back. It would get brighter, push it back. It didn't extinguish. It got really bright for a while and then it got teeny tiny again. And I think that's where we're at now. But this light of truth will get bigger. And
yeah.
this is going to be Trump's undoing. I know we've said that, but it really will be.
I love it. I
And
love it.
Elon Musk too. So let's see. Jackie Fraser says, do you see 45 not being inaugurated? In other words, not the president in 2025 because Biden saves us again. I never said that he would or would not be inaugurated. I never said that.
But I do see there's some delay.
I don't, if he is inaugurated, I don't foresee him, my guides tell me, him finishing out his term of office.
But let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
The big news thing that's happening now, well, as you know, Russia hit Ukraine and they hit personal. They hit civilians, they hit electrical stations, and Zelensky, and they hurt a lot of civilians and killed children. And Zelensky said to the United States, oh, come on, man, give us the go ahead. And he did.
Biden did. I was going to talk about that.
And Germany and France are also involved.
Correct.
And they say Putin is beyond crazy right now.
So
And
even
but they're hitting with these beautiful missiles. Apparently somebody said, look out, North Korea. I don't know if they'd hit North Korea, but he's hitting them enough that Putin's got no place to go.
if Trump, if Trump gets in, he's going to try to stop all of that. But here's the deal. We've got a lot can happen between now and January the 15th or the 20th, whenever he's in office. So meanwhile, I wrote in my notes, I heard about that Biden will give Ukraine even more weapons
Yeah, and Germany and France.
and permission to use them, carte blanche. All right. And a lot of people in NATO, European Union, are going to be involved in this because if those Korean troops go into Ukraine,
They already have.
I know, but Russia says that's their territory. But if they go into something Russia hasn't taken over, it's gonna escalate. I don't see a
Yeah.
World War III, but I want to tell you something. A lot of those countries that have missiles, like Germany, France, a lot of them, they're going to continue to give those to Zelensky.
Well, let me tell you, the mortgage rate went up 28% in Russia. It's impossible to afford anything there. It's the beginning of the end. And remember, I always saw him sweating and running. And I always felt like he might go before the end of December.
Well, he thinks he's got Trump to back him, which
Yeah, but that Trump doesn't get in until the end of January.
correct. That's my whole point. So I see a lot more weapons going to Ukraine. I see a lot. I even see them getting airplanes,
Oh, they already have.
but they're going to get more. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. So the Ukraine's not going to stop fighting. Not going to happen.
Ukraine's going to hit them hard now and oh, you think Zelensky isn't happy as can be? He
Oh,
even said something like, how's it feel? He's got a nasty disposition like me.
I like him.
How's it feel, sucker? But
Yeah,
he will hit them and hit them and hit them. And I just see Putin going, like this. So something's getting ready to happen. This could be the big bang that's going to happen by the middle of December.
what I think.
And Netanyahu is hitting Jordan in apartment complexes,
Well, Trump told him to go do what you got to do.
but he's still under Biden.
I know that, and Biden's
So
going
Trump's
to.
over there thinking he's king for a day. Watch what happens to Netanyahu next.
Oh, I'm
But,
telling you,
but Putin is getting ready to go down.
people are going to be protesting en masse in Russia and in Israel.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming genocide. It really
Well,
is.
their national TV said, well, as soon as Trump goes in there, we plan on taking Alaska and parts of California.
Not going to happen.
Oh, no, but they announced that on TV.
Oh, I know. That's not going to happen. But I see a major conflict between Trump and the Senate coming.
Oh,
Huge,
yeah, he's furious.
huge. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah,
But
he'll try to do that executive stuff. I don't care who he puts in there, they're going to crash and burn.
I got to just change the subject. Becky Gilberto says something funny. She says, she's from here in Chicago. She says, let's talk about what's really important. Did you buy Linda a chili cheese dog from Portillo's when you had your get together? She said, if not, Linda, you should be mad.
I think we might have had not a chili cheese, but a hot dog from somewhere.
You
But
had a
you
Chicago
didn't, we were so busy, you didn't come with us anywhere.
time. Right. I was busy.
You were supposed to go with us to the birthday celebration, and you called and said you were exhausted.
I was just exhausted. I was working pretty much around the clock. But um I think you did have a Chicago style hot dog when you were here.
Someplace, but it wasn't with you. It was after we saw,
Right.
when we went to go see the Titanic thing.
Right. That's right. That's right. That was an old orchard. That's right.
Right.
Okay. Um, let's see. Is it your turn or my turn? I don't even know.
It doesn't matter. You just start asking.
Okay. So Cindy Collins says, um, my question is, will we see proof of stolen votes before January 20th so the orange FART can be sworn in?
They're
Uh,
going to show a lot of proof that Russia meddled. As it is, Russia, that's why Biden is so furious with Putin. And you know what? Putin is a warmonger. There's no making some sort of agreement with him. He doesn't care about Trump. He'll step right over him.
Trump
So
does.
that's why Biden realizes we need to save this. We're going to do, if he does, we do risk the nukes, but we can come back 1,000-fold. What they're going to do is weaken him so much. And I see him running. I see people chasing after him because he's ruined everybody's life.
Oh, Trump doesn't care about his constituents. All Trump
No.
cares about is making money for him. Elon Musk only cares about money for Elon Musk and how they can screw the working class.
Speaking of Elon Musk,
And
he's
all of
in
Trump's
huge
rich friends.
trouble.
I'm sorry, say
Yeah.
again.
Elon Musk is in huge trouble.
Oh,
He's
yes.
going to be proven, besides Trump, to be a traitor.
I see him under an investigation at some point,
He
and
he is under investigation right now.
well, Trump can put an end to that, but
Trump's not in office yet.
I get that. But my point is,
Yeah, but he's under investigation by the higher ups.
but at some point, what I'm saying is he will be indicted and he will be deported, I think, but it's going to
Well,
take,
he's part of the traitor. Remember, I felt stamping of traitor, traitor, traitor. He
right.
had conversations with Putin about twice a week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and all the senators are asking Intel, check into this guy. And he wrote on his Twitter, uh, who's saying that? Who's saying that? I'll nuke them.
Wow.
Who uses that kind of language?
Well, they're going to prove, well, he's not the president. He thinks he is. They're going to prove, too, that he used that Starlink stuff to help Russia influence the election.
And he absolutely, and did you notice that those particular satellites were shot down? They don't have them anymore.
I see those satellites decommissioned at some point because
No, they took them down.
he's going to try to put up other ones, but he won't. He's going to be in deep trouble. I agree, but it just irks me when I'm seeing setting him right there next to Trump. I'm like, oh, oh,
Well, he bought his seat.
Of
And he
course.
wrote something about Trump and I have the best relationship and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, let Trump say that. Because according to Trump, when he met with Biden, he said, yeah, I can't get rid of Elon.
Well, Trump likes that. He likes for people to be up his rear
No,
end.
but why would he tell the press I can't get rid of him? That
Um,
was a slap in the face to Elon.
there's going to be huge, huge blow up between Trump and Musk. You'll see.
Yeah. Well, he tries to take all the glory.
Right. Um, okay, here's a good one. Chris says, hi, beautiful souls. Thank you, Chris. Do you see Biden forgiving all student loans before he leaves office? If not, what will happen to student loan under Trump?
Trump has already said he's going to reverse all that,
Right. I think that he will
but it
forgive.
won't last. They might even start the paperwork and Trump falls. So even though they said they're going to change it, even the ones they already gave, it's going to be tied up in court so long Trump won't have a chance to do anything.
I see that Biden is going to try to put through some more student loan forgiveness,
Good.
before January. So, okay. Um, let's see. This is Shantae Jackson. Hi, Shantae. Hello, Mel and Linda. Do you all see J.D. Vance being inaugurated as president if Trump is certified the winner but is not able to serve out due to a sudden health event? I don't see Trump fulfilling serving. I don't see him being in for his full term. I just don't.
Me neither.
Um, but
I feel somebody said to me, this guy wrote me, um, Brian, hi Brian, and he said, Linda, I want you to know I've been watching you since you started, and you said, you always thought Kamala would win, but you also said, maybe last year, and my friend Dennis and Julie remember it too, that if Trump won, he would not make it through to even, serve very long because he would be found to have been a traitor to the United States of America. So they're going to string him up in all of them. They'll all go down. So that's my prediction.
I don't see him serving his full term in office if he
No.
gets, and I don't see Vance. I, I think my light bulb just went on. Behind closed doors, Vance at some point is going to be talking to Mike Pence. I know it sounds crazy. And there's, going to be a lot of legal people giving Vance advice about what not to do.
Yeah.
Um, but I see him also under some kind of probe, JD Vance. I don't know the outcome of it yet, but I'll think about it and I'll get back to everybody on it. And I see the Mueller report coming front and center again.
The
That
Mueller report is out there. You can read the Mueller report.
I got a funny feeling they're going to start looking into it and about Russian interference in the
Oh,
election.
yeah, but it's like people just didn't read it. In fact, Robert De Niro and a couple other famous actors, they put it on audio and spoke the words, and people just didn't pay attention.
I read it; it was frightening, actually.
Yeah.
But that's going to come front and center. And at some
I've
point,
always said that wasn't going to lay still.
I see legislation being passed. It's going to be a while yet to prevent or to safeguard us from this foreign interference and from these rich people like Elon Musk buying elections.
Yeah, all that'll all change. But can I ask you something? I don't know if this is true. I read this. I didn't post it because it's rumor, so you can't post rumor. Somebody said there's insiders encouraging Biden to get Jack Smith a judicial to become a judge because Trump can't touch him. Is that true?
I feel there is truth to it. Yes. But if he becomes a federal judge, you're right, Trump can't touch him. But then he'd have to recuse himself from all the cases that he has against Trump. But what I see with those cases, I don't see charges dropped. I see charges withdrawn. So at some
That's
point,
what he's doing right now.
right. And then Trump's going to try to pardon himself. That's one of the first things he'll do. but I don't know if a president can pardon himself. That's going to be a huge issue for the SCOTUS. But Jack Smith will still have enough on Trump to get him convicted if Trump lives that long, which I don't know if he will. I'm not wishing Trump harm. But the thing
Yeah.
is, SCOTUS can't step in because Trump, I mean, it's something he did before he was president. So I don't know if he can pardon himself from that.
Okay. Well, I know Jack's already got plans. I could feel
He
it as clear
does.
as day. He's
Oh,
got plans. I don't even know if he's going to live in the country. He's got plans for him and his family and everybody that worked with him to keep him safe, to keep
and
everyone safe.
well, behind the scenes, though, I'm telling you, he's got a lot, and he's going to behind the scenes work to get Trump out. I'm telling you,
Yeah, like I said, he has plans.
he does. Right. Okay, Peanut says, when Trump is gone, will the hatred and vitriol diminish, or will someone else take over? How do Republicans in the Senate and House feel about all the spew of lies? Well, I think
Repeat that question again.
it says when Trump is gone, will the hatred and vitriol diminish, or will someone else like him take over? How do Republicans in the Senate and House feel about all the spew of lies? I,
Well, you're going to see some Republicans turn on Trump. I'm telling you.
right. I think there are many Republicans that don't like Trump. They
Yeah,
don't like what he's going to try to do, and they don't like the vitriol, and they don't like the lying, as the same as many members of the House.
right.
Uh, and I see members of the House turning against him too.
Well, their constituents are going to go crazy saying, what do you mean you're cutting Social Security?
Right. Trump doesn't care about the constituents. He just cares about
But
getting
the people who have to get voted in do.
right. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly right. Trump just he pretends like he cares about the American people. He doesn't give one hoot. All he cares about is putting money in his pocket and getting out of trouble. But he's going to continue to commit more crimes. So,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, this
Does
is a really
anybody question about Matt Gaetz in there?
um well, I was going to bring it up actually. So let's ask about Matt Gaetz. What do you think?
Oh, he's a nothing burger.
I don't know. I don't think he'll be confirmed.
I
I
just don't feel it. I think even if Mike Johnson takes it up for a vote, he wouldn't have enough votes.
or if it goes to the Senate, they won't confirm him.
I see it leaking that report. Someone's going to release that report. Even if Mike Johnson says he doesn't want it released, somehow it gets out there.
Oh, and there's going to be more coming out about Matt Gaetz and his shenanigans.
Oh, good.
I say shenanigans because I don't want to say what I really want to say.
But you see how desperate they are? Well, we don't want a confirmation hearing. So let's say Trump says, I take executive order and put him in there anyway, with no background check, no FBI clearance. It's not going to last.
Not going to last. If Democrats did that, you know, um,
Oh my God.
oh
We
my
would
God,
hear the last of it.
recess appointments, it would be like, they can't do that, blah, 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 blah. Right?
Oh, like Robert Kennedy talking about healthy food. And now they're all in on it. But when Michelle Obama mentioned healthy lunches for children, everybody went crazy.
Or how about he's talking about healthy food? He's on an airplane with Donald Trump eating,
McDonald.
right. So he's not going to last long as
But
secretary.
let me tell you, if Matt Gaetz even walked in on that place, he's such a pompous person.
Right,
I just see the people he's working with not respecting him.
right. Yeah,
He might
nobody.
try to fire everybody under the sun. And it's almost like he gives these orders that don't aren't able to get moving because nobody cares.
He's a privileged rich kid.
Yep.
Nothing wrong being rich. All right.
Yeah.
Anita Hummer says this is really good. Will President Biden use the President Emergency Act to protect our democracy? That's a really good question.
That's a good. I don't know what the President Emergency Act is.
I don't either, but uh, I do feel he's going to put everything in place that he can possibly put into place to protect us. And, even though we're not hearing much from him right now,
There's
he's
a reason for that.
there's a reason for that. And I'm telling you, he's doing a lot behind the scenes, a
And
lot.
that's like even Tim Walz went back to Minneapolis, but he's not saying anything. You're not hearing anything from Vice President Harris. It's like something's underlying. I hear a train coming.
It's just like when Merrick Garland, everybody said he's not doing anything. And I kept saying, I see him talking like this behind closed doors. That's exactly what I see Biden doing right now.
Okay.
There's stuff he's putting in place, I'm telling you. Okay.
Oh, and he's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh,
know, because uh, Trump is over there screaming and yelling. It's a shame though, because I'll listen to Lawrence O'Donnell, but that's the only one. I tape him. I will never, ever turn on him. I used to watch MS even on Sundays. Nothing, zero.
I don't,
Something major is getting ready to happen, you guys. My guys just said it very loud and clear.
I was just
It
going to say
might even be some sort of hit on the United States from Russia.
something big, I'm telling you.
It's pretty big. Now, I looked up if there's a war, can you change presidents? And apparently in 1918 we did, in 1930 something we did in a wartime. But I feel because something's getting ready to happen, it's going to put everything on hold.
I feel the same thing, like something huge is coming.
Yeah, something where how and it makes Americans mad. All you need is Russia to hit us or kill civilians, and the Americans will turn against him. Before they're like, oh, yes, we love Russia because Trump does, they're not going to love him no more.
Like before this election, I kept saying something big is coming, and here we are.
Yeah.
And
No, but bigger than big.
no,
It's
this is big. It's almost like a premonition or foreboding I'm getting that something.
something major is taking. And let me tell you something else is, let's say we go by what the numbers are now. He won by 1% if he won. He cheated by 1%. He got less numbers than he did with Joe Biden.
Right, exactly. Um,
So
so
he didn't win by a landslide.
no, he did not. Did not. Okay. Sean H says, hypothetically speaking, what would a J.D. Vance presidency look like? Well, I predict that in the midterms we'll get the House and the Senate, and so he would essentially be a lame duck.
Yeah. I even got a slight hit, and I'll tell you guys real fast. January 3rd is when they turn over Congress and the Senate and the new people come in. I'm almost feeling like there might be something where they take Johnson out because they don't want this puppet for Trump and as their speaker. They might vote somebody else in.
I keep
Just
feeling
FYI.
I didn't think Johnson would last, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so we'll check, we'll see about that.
Um, um, I think he would be a lame duck. But you know what? Just as Trump turned on Pence, Trump will turn on J.D. Vance. You mark my words.
Okay.
It'll take a while. Right now, they're going to look like best buddies, but Trump will turn on Vance.
JD Vance is nowhere to be found. Have you seen him anywhere?
No, because Trump told him just stay over there.
And look, it's just Kennedy and Vedic and Elon talking away. Although Elon finally shut his mouth because he knows he's in trouble.
Well, Kennedy's family is going to disown him. I can tell you that
They're
right now.
already talking trash about him.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. I even see him. Well, I'm sure he's got his inheritance, but at some point, I see him losing inheritance because of this. Wouldn't it be wild if
Well, no, you can't change an inheritance.
well, there's something in those trusts and all of that that's going to clip his wings. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you, somebody said they saw a Kennedy eventually. Was that you? A Kennedy eventually serving as president? That's Caroline's son, Jack.
That I see a Kennedy as president, but not this one, but somebody who's a Democrat and who will not be assassinated and would
Jack Schlossberg Kennedy. Jack Kennedy Schlossberg.
be the same um, kind of charismatic person that John Fitzgerald Kennedy was.
Yeah.
And it's going to be somebody that will crucify MAGA. So our democracy is not over, nowhere near.
Wow.
I default back to what Abe Lincoln told me when I went to his tomb. Our democracy shall prevail, our union shall prevail, and justice will be served.
There
I,
we go.
okay. Uh, I can't pronounce this person's name, Athena, whatever. President Jimmy Carter is still alive. Yes,
Yeah,
he
I
is.
know. Amazing. You know, his heart is broken right now.
I know. He said he was living to vote for Harris Walls. Is he sticking around to be guardian spirit for peace and democracy? Um, he's fighting for us, that's for sure.
He sure is, but he feels really weak to me.
Yeah, he does. It's not long for him,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Nicole Hartel says, what will be the outcome of Netanyahu's court case in early December?
What's the court case?
I don't know, but it's a good question. Let me look it up. Netanyahu's court case. Uh, um, Netanyahu's court case. Let me take a look. Um, he was officially indicted for breach of trust, accepting bribes. Let's see. No, that's not it. That's what he was indicted for. Um, he's got to take the stand on December 2nd in a trial that he is totally stretched out. I think it's the corruption case. You know, that might be why you see him gone because I see him found guilty.
Okay.
What do you think?
He's going down. I don't care what case he's on.
He is going
Hey,
down.
someone will take him, either kidnap him or whatever, and he'll have to do serve on that, be tried for what do you call against humanity?
Crimes against humanity.
I mean, they're bombing uh, apartments in Jordan.
It's genocide. You
And
know,
they say, why isn't this front page news?
we talk about what's going on in Russia. We don't talk about what's going on, you know, and him doing this genocide. Well, I
Yeah,
think it's not in the news because a lot of big shots are MAGAs and they control the news.
exactly.
But I
Exactly.
see a time when the MAGAs aren't going to be able to control the news.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get back to news. Um, okay, this is a good one. Linda Surmeyer says, what happens to MAGA people when they die? Do they realize they were foolish? That's a good question.
Oh, well, they have to see the truth.
They
See,
have
the
to.
problem with MAGA, and we got to be careful with ourselves too, because we can really judge and we judge hard, and we got to stop that. Remember, the guides told me don't talk trash about Trump and even though you hate him so badly because you see how he's hurting others. We have to allow the universe to take care of it. But yeah, their eyes will go wide open and they'll say, wow, we were suckers all the way.
I think there's a judgment between a reality call. I'm sorry. I think there's a difference between a reality call and judgment. I mean, mass deportation of people is wrong. It's clearly wrong.
Right, right.
So it's
But
okay.
marching with swastikas in
That's wrong.
Ohio
That's wrong.
and nobody's saying anything.
That's wrong. Um, you know, at least half of us know the difference between wrong and right. And the other half do too.
But it's unbecoming and it's not American.
I think when people pass away like that, what's going to happen is on the other side is going to be like, okay, did you support someone who wanted to do mass deportations, who who was mean to LGBTQ, who was not nice to people of color, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to have to work on rectifying some of the wrongs that were
Oh, and then they want people to report illegals, which means wives who are upset at their husbands can act like their husband's an illegal and report them.
right. Right, exactly.
Remember 9/11 and people were turning people in at a restaurant talking about something as if they were part of the conspiracy for 9/11 and they were just discussing the facts? and they turned them in to the FBI.
You know what this sounds like? It really sounds like Nazi Germany.
Oh, it's just like it.
Mass deportations, they paid people to turn in people. They paid people to turn in LGBTQ people. I mean, this is what this feels like. It's like a playbook.
And let me tell you that it was America's fault too. I watched that long documentary on Roosevelt, and his wife was so sick. We were run by white power people in Congress and the judicial system, all of them were all white nationalists. And so they didn't like the Jewish. They didn't want them. So he couldn't give them safe sanction. We turned boats of Jews away from the border, from coming into the United States because the white people said so.
Well,
And they all were killed. So America, and so Hitler made fun of that. He said, not even America wants you.
right.
And it was after that that he started killing them. Before, he just tried to put them in horrible conditions in camps with no food and stuff. But then he just said, we got a problem because nobody else wants them. So what do? We put them in ovens.
This is the hugest shame on America I can think of, this mass deportation.
Yeah,
And I, for one, will publicly speak up about it because if we sit back and let it happen, and a lot of people think, well, it doesn't affect me, that's okay. That was the same attitude that happened in Nazi Germany. I will not sit back and keep my mouth shut.
right. You heard Robert De Niro said he's moving out of the US.
He's got
My
the,
friend told me, I don't know you guys, let us know if you heard, but I heard there's about 10 countries that will refuse Americans.
I wonder which ones.
I don't know. I have to double, I heard it and I haven't had time to double check it. That's just my friend mentioned that he read somewhere. But also, uh, uh, I just think other countries will just turn their back on Trump. Absolutely turn. And let me tell you, Putin's got nothing. Putin, after all this is happening, he's looking at Trump like, yeah, whatever.
You know, Robert De Niro moving away, many people want to, but a lot of people can't afford that.
They can't afford it.
He's got the money to do it. And God bless him. But he's still going to continue to be outspoken. I'll have to
Yeah.
Google 10 countries that don't want us. But
Yeah, we'll Google that and see. But don't forget Mexico. After December, when it's announced formally that Trump is president, she's going to block their borders. They're going to allow any deported Hispanic in America to come back to Mexico. And they're going to export 2 million Americans in Mexico. They're no longer, and in Mexico, you can't own land.
right.
So basically, if you build a house too bad, it's ours. Get your ass out of here.
So if an American went to Mexico and asked for political asylum, I wonder what the ramifications of that would be.
She said we're just going to get rid of them.
That's sad. That's
Yeah, but that's Trump.
oh, I know. Um,
They got to make room for all the alleged illegals like they said, our groceries. You think they're bad now? Oh my God,
oh, the prices
these
are going to
people
go
work
high.
so hard.
You
Yeah,
know, but here's what I think is so sinister about the mass deportations. It's sinister, and I'm going to tell you why. Uh, and all of what you said is true, but the sinister thing about it is there are private companies, and I'm sure Elon Musk has his finger in some of those, that are going to
make
run
money off of this.
and own these detention camps. And they're going to have exclusive contracts from the government, and they're going to make a boatload of money. That's what's sinister about it.
That's like Eric something, whatever. He made all kinds of money. Even Cheney, they made money. Halliburton made money off of the alleged weapons of mass destruction.
Here's a good, Lorraine Orr has a really good point here. She says, I just want to say that gluttony is about more than food. I'm seeing the greed of the gluttonous fools will be what sinks them. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, wow. Nicole Hartel wants to know if the CEO of Polymarket will be arrested.
Yes.
I see an arrest there. Okay, let's keep
That
going.
Polly Market is a big thorn in his side.
Absolutely. Oh, this is a good one. Um, Dionysus Bavilia says, how will the Trump administration affect the Postal Service? Will it be reconstructed? I'm not happy that he won the election, but it would be nice if he got rid of a lot of management. The post office is very corrupt and gives people without experiences positions they don't deserve,
Like DeJoy?
like the Joy. They
Yeah,
might they might try to privatize it, but I don't think that's going to work.
I don't see because he can't get there's too many things he's trying to destroy, and he can't quite destroy the post office.
Well, I mean, the mail's incredibly slow. There was a check that was mailed to me on October the 16th, and I didn't get it until a month later, and it was only two suburbs away. In fact, the company had to stop payment on it, and I had to go there and pick up another check.
Wow.
With that check, I just mailed it back to him. I put void on it. But there should be no reason for the Postal Service to be that slow.
Yeah, I'm lucky out here. It's pretty good. But you remember, we would have got rid of DeJoy, but it was the Senate wouldn't okay that Val something. Um, uh, uh, President Biden put in two people that could have got rid of him, but they wouldn't okay them to take their positions. So
Okay.
it was the Republicans to stop it. And also, um, Biden has put in an ethics person for the Senate, and he's solid cladded, which means Trump can't touch him for 5 years. As somebody that's going to be right in the middle of that. And apparently Trump can't touch him. But I don't care what you say, what Trump can and can't do. He will try to break rules left and right.
I know. That goes without saying. He's going to break every rule in the book, and it's going to be the court systems and the other parts that will keep him from doing it. And he's going to
Exactly.
try to stack everything with his cronies. But, he's going to break every rule. But it's going to come back to roost on him to say, wait a minute, you can't break all these rules. You're trying to do it, but you won't succeed.
Right, right.
Oh,
But
yeah.
listen, can we just do one more? Because I have to
Yeah.
leave.
Um, This is a
All
good
right.
one. Doris
Okay.
says, why do you think psychics were wrong about the election? Will they be proven right in the end? I don't think
Yes,
they were wrong. I think Kamala won. There was cheating going on.
there was definitely cheating going on. But I also think that you might be surprised. Just hold on.
That's right. Big surprises coming. Hold your horses.
Hold the bus.
All right, Linda, next week you're a
Thank
channel.
you, honey.
All
Thank
right.
you. We'll talk to you later.
You got it.
I'll catch you on the other side.
All right.
Cheers. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.